Hello everyone, welcome to Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research. I am Deepak Singh Chauhan and I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Information Technology. In today's video, we will discuss about inheritance in Java. How inheritance will work in Java, what are the basics of inheritance, different types of inheritance, and we will see some examples of inheritance. Let's move to our next slide. This is the table of contents that we will cover in this video. These are the topics that we will cover in this video. First, we will see some basics about the inheritance. What is inheritance? Then we will see the syntax for the inheritance that is used in Java. Then there is an example of Java inheritance. Then we will see different types of inheritance that we can use in Java. Then we will see the examples of all these different types of inheritance. Okay, so let's start with inheritance. What is inheritance? Okay, so inheritance is basically it is a mechanism by which one object can acquire the properties and behaviors of the another objects. That another objects are called parent objects. Okay, so the idea behind inheritance is the in Java is that you can use and create new classes that are built upon the existing classes. Means that we can use the existing classes to create the new classes, or these we can also call that are that we can extend the functionalities of the existing classes. When you inherit from an existing class, you reuse the method and fields of the parent class, and you can add new method and fields also. Inheritance is a relationship also known as parent-child relationship. Okay, so this is the syntax for inheritance in Java, how inheritance can be used. So to use inheritance in Java, we have to use the keyword that is called extends. Okay, so the subclass name is the class name that we are creating, that is the new class that we are creating, and the superclass name is the existing class. So we have to use the keyword class, then the new class name, that is the new subclass name, then extends keywords, and the existing class name or the parent class name. The extends keywords indicate that you are making a new class that derives from the existing class. The meaning of extend is to increase the functionality, means that we are increasing the functionalities of the existing classes. In the terminologies of Java, the class which is inherited is called parent class or superclass, and the new class is called a subclass or a child class. This is the example of inheritance in Java. This is a simple example. Here we can see there is a class called employee, and another class is called a programmer. Okay, so employee class has a attribute that is called float, and a salary float type attribute that is called salary, and the programmer class has a attribute called bonus of integer type. So in this figure, the programmer is the subclass and the employee is a superclass. The relationship between these two classes is programmer is a employee. This means that the programmer is a type of employee. Okay. So this is an example of inheritance. So we will see this example with the help of a example code. So here we have a class called employee. Then this employee class has a attribute or field that is float type that is called salary. Now we have another class called programmer. Now we are extending this program employee class in the programmer class. Okay, means that this programmer class is using the functionalities of this employee class. Now we have used this extend keyword to inherit this class employee class in the programmer class that we have already seen or we have seen earlier. Now in this programmer class there is a data member that is called bonus. Okay, Now we are creating the main function. In this main function we have created a object of programmer class. Okay, so to create a object of a programmer class, we have to use the new keyword. Okay, so in this example, we are going to print the values of salaries and bonus. Okay, for the programmer. So here we can see that with the help of this programmer class, we can access the salary as well as bonus. Okay, both this salary and bonus data members, although this salary is not a direct member of this uh, programmer class, but we can access this salary with the help of programmer class object, because we have used the concept of inheritance, or we have extended that employee class in the programmer class. Okay, so this is an example of inheritance in Java. Okay, so to talk about the different types of inheritance, so there are three different types of inheritance that we can use in Java. So the very first is the single inheritance. So whenever there is a single class inherited from a single base class, then this is called single inheritance. Okay. So then the next one is the multi-level inheritance. So whenever there are multiple levels of inheritance, this is called multi-level inheritance. Here in this diagram, we can see that this class B is inherited from class A, and this class B also act as a base class for class C. Now the third one is the hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance is what? Whenever there is a single class that act as a base class for more than one classes, that is called hierarchical inheritance. So we can see that in this example, class B and C are inherited from the class A. Okay, so this is an example of single inheritance. Single inheritance, here we have a class called principal. Okay, and this principal class have a method called calling, and it has a print statement that is called calling. Now, this principal class is extended in the teacher class. That teacher class is has the method that is called teaching. Okay, so this teaching method also have a print statement that is called teaching. Okay, now in the third class we are going to test this inheritance. Okay, in this test class we have created the main function, and the main function we have created a object of teacher class. Okay, and with the help of this object of teacher class, we are calling the members of uh, uh, principal class as well as the member of teaching class. So we can see that we can, with the help of single inheritance, we can use both the principal class method and the teacher class method. Similarly, this is the example of multi-level inheritance. In this multi-level inheritance, we have extended the level to one more level. Okay, and here we also have a student class. Okay, so here we have a principal class, teacher class, and a student class. Principal class will act as a base or parent class for the teacher class, and the teacher class will act as a base or parent class for the student class. And in the test class we are creating the object of student class, and with the help of student class we are calling the methods of student class, teacher class, as well as principal class. Okay, so this is an example of multi-level inheritance. Now, this is an example of hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance is whenever there is a single class that act as a base class for more than one child classes. Okay, so here we have a class called principal, and similarly it has a method called calling, and there are two classes, teacher 1 and teacher 2. Okay, and both these two classes are extended from the principal class. Okay, so both this teacher 1 and teacher 2 classes are independent to each other, but both of them are extended from the principal class. Okay, so the task of one teacher is teaching, and the task of another teacher is counseling. Okay, so in test class we have created the object of teacher 1 and teacher 2, and with the help of this teacher 1 and teacher 2 we are calling the method of teaching counseling, and with the help of this teacher 2 object we are calling the method of principal class also. Okay, so this is an example of inheritance. So I think we have discussed about everything about this inheritance. We have discussed the basics of inheritance, syntax of inheritance, types of inheritance, and different examples of inheritance. Thank you.